Hey y'all. So we're back. I went over to O'Reilly's there. Let me set you up here, and picked up the heater core. As you can see, Brian, it's not exactly like yours. It's 6 inches tall like yours, and it's 7 3/4 wide like yours, but it's got different tubes on it, which is actually I think going to fit my cart better than those big long wide. It's actually a little narrower, about 2 inches near. I think it was 13 something total for the radiator Brian suggested. But it's the same. It's a Ford heater core. Even older than that 89 Aerostar. He said it fits some 78, 79 LTDs, old, man, he was, Zephyrs. He's dropping names left and right of these automobiles that's even more vintage than that old Aerostar. So, and $10 cheaper. It was only 21 bucks, so it was $23 and change out the door. I figured, what do I got to lose, right? Me and the wife burned 20 bucks having dinner. So I'm putting them up here so you can see. This is the radiator that come out of the cart. So you can see the light coming through. And there's plenty of light coming through that one there as well. But I want you to take a look. I'm going to compare it to the C&R radiator as well that came out of my cart that we replaced the, there's quite a bit of air light coming through there. So you see the difference in fins per inch versus fins per inch. I mean, I think even the one Fiesler got us here is either, it might even be a little bit different than the C&R radiator, a little bit tighter. I kind of recognized that when I took it apart, but let's get them laying down here. So you can really see the fins per inch issue that we're working with here. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's like a micro radiator. That thing should be in a, I don't know, some kind of RC car or something, man. Look at how tight that is. It's very much, from my days of working at the bike shop, I worked on a lot of Vespas and a lot of Aprilia scooters, and this is even the same size as some of those Vespa and Aprilia radiators, so to speak. And those were 250s, and some of them were two strokes as well, but most of them were four-stroke stuff. Quite a bit of difference in the size and thickness of the tubes. It doesn't look like a great deal of difference, but there is. Tanks quite shallow compared to the jumbo size here. The only thing is we've got a 3/4 inch and a 5/8, which is not a big deal because we stretched the 5/8 hose onto all the fittings on the motor. Like this here. This is a 19, and we get a hose on there, so we'll be all right. I think. Let's throw it on the cart and see what jives. And boom! Look at that. Look at it. Looks like a little mini radiator. Look at that little thing. Look at that little radiator. How that is going to cool better than that big jumbo radiator we had, I don't know. But you know what? I guess we're going to give it a try. Ye gads, man. Burp. I don't know what we're going to do about the hole in the nose and the air box and all that stuff. I guess we'll just make a smaller box or something. I don't know what we'll do. But we got to finish cleaning up the cart. We vacuumed up all the grass and grunkus out of it. We'll spray down where the chain lube and all the grunkus was on there, get it all cleaned up. And we still got the rear motor mount for the RVS, or the front motor mount. I'm sorry, the rear motor mount on the double X goes on the RVS, bolts right up. I believe if I remember correctly, the shift cable hold down that's bolted to the motor bolts right on. So it shouldn't take much to get the other motor on the cart here. So we may have to go back to the auto parts store and get a couple preformed 90 hoses, and then we'll just use some hose splicers, some barbed hose splicers, and just to get us through the day. We're only going to be over there at Gingerman one day, maybe just on Sunday. Maybe we'll just drive out Sunday morning with it in the back of the truck. We'll run the Grattan gear, and we'll take a smaller set of rear tires. If I remember correctly, Gingerman is a little tighter gear-wise than Grattan, but we're not going to go hog wild in case it's wrong. We'll just put smaller tires on the back and get it to come around. And if that's not enough, then that's not enough. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're going to be there to test this tight fin per inch issue. So once again, this is almost an exact duplicate of Brian's radiator. It's 2 inches wide. Or at least that's what the stats call it in the computer. There, they said it's 2 inches wide, 6 inches high, 7 3/4 wide. So there we go. I mean, we don't have the exact same thing. So if it doesn't work, I guess, you know, poo-pooers can say, well, you didn't have the exact same radiator. You know, hey, we're going to do what we can. This is as close as we could get. When I went to pick up the radiator like Brian's, it was all copper and brass, and that's not what we want. So there you go, folks. We're going to give it a go. We got all week to get it put together. It's only Friday. We got the weekend and, you know, most of the week. So God bless. Godspeed, everybody. Hope you get to church on Sunday. We have a race to run, and I don't mean go-karts. Love y'all.